All right, let's quickly begin with news break that is coming in. Two Venezuelan-linked oil tankers has been seized by the US. Russian oil tankers also seized by US forces. US has seized Russian oil tanker in the north of Atlantic. US Secretary of War has said sanctioned Venezuelan oil blocked. Russia slams US, calls it outright piracy, and also says the situation extremely abnormal, that they are monitoring it. My colleague Pranay, Upadhyay, editor India Today Global, joins us live from the newsroom. Pranay, what more can you add?
This seems to be another flashpoint which is coming up between the Russian Federation and the United States government in the Atlantic Sea, because the seizure of a Russian flagged ship is going to be another confrontation between these two powerful states. And what we are learning that the US Navy is strictly deploying their military assets and asserting that they are going to enforce the Venezuelan the oil blockade on the Venezuelan oil imports and exports. And as Secretary Marco Rubio has clearly clarified, and he stated that the US Navy, US military will enforce and ensure that no oil tanker will go in to the Venezuela or will come out of the Venezuelan port. And in that effort, the US military, the US Southern Command has they have captured a ship, a merchant ship, MT Sophia, and another ship, MT Bella 1, which is believed to be a Russian oil tanker in the northern Atlantic around the Iceland. And the Russian government has also acknowledged, Preeti, and now we are waiting for the Russian government's reaction, because meanwhile some of the reaction coming from Moscow clearly indicating that Russia is calling it outright piracy in high seas, because Russia has acknowledged, Russian Foreign Ministry has acknowledged that for from last few days their ship is being tracked by the US ships, US Coast Guard ships. And United States government's argument is that these ships are involved in the export and trading of the illegal Venezuelan oil, and US is only enforcing. There are some the court indictment and court proceedings against these ships, and therefore the US the Department of Homeland Security and US Coast Guard has only enforced those orders by the way of seizure of these ships.
Pranay, appreciate you joining us. Dramatic developments that are taking place. We're going to keep a keen eye on those. Russia has called US practical piracy in the high seas, saying their vessel was completely legal. United States says not, but right now that tanker has been seized. We're going to continue to get you more